Hi everyone, this is the Legendary R back again with more. This time I'm going to be doing another Beyblade video. And this time is going to be on Beyblade X. I know this video may sound different or may, look different too, depending on how I edit it. Well, it's because I wanted to do more like a discussion type of video. Also, I just really wanted to talk about Beyblade X and just, showing pictures this way is probably easier for me by the way that I edit things. Okay, let's start with the Beyblades. So, the first Beyblade that I'm looking at right now, that I'll probably show a picture of, is called Dransword. So, Dransword is basically the attack type. Overall, like, I know that we're now in the stage where we're seeing how the Beyblades perform and everything, but in terms of looks and performance, I say the Dransword is pretty good. It seems like it's one of those Beyblades that's really meant for attack and like is really meant to give really heavy attacks. In terms of just visually, I feel like the more simple design means that as they go along they could add more to it. But by itself, it seems kind of weird to me because you can't really like there's this like there's a gear chip in the middle thing and it shows the design, but I don't know, it feels weird to not have stickers, to be honest. But that's just me. And that's about it for Dransword. Like, I can't really say much because I don't really have it, but it just seems like it's, for some reason, the whole marketing thing is around Dransword and it's not around Hellsscythe. But, I'm gonna go into Hellsscythe and then I'll kind of explain more as I go along when I get to Hellsscythe. But yeah, Dransword is basically seen everywhere. Here's the second Beyblade, which is Hellsscythe. And Hellsscythe is the balance type, because every single time we get a new generation, we get one of every type, of course. For Hellsscythe, it's basically, in terms of performance, I feel like the performance is good. It's really interesting that they use kind of like it's like a semi-flat tip, and they use that for balance, because I think in Metal Fight that was also used for balance, but I've never really seen a semi-flat tip go crazy like Hellsscythe does, so I'm really interested to see how much stamina it actually has and like battles that are more drawn out. And I'm really interested to test it, especially since I love balance types. That's my favorite type. And to me, I feel like Hellsscythe is just, I don't know. I feel like Hellsscythe kind of, it doesn't really have that appeal that it doesn't really have that main character universal appeal that I see with Dransword. It seems like Hellsscythe isn't really, it's more like of a, for some reason Hellsscythe just feels more like a edgy type of Beyblade, like the name is really dark. So I don't really know why they gave the main character a balance type Beyblade and then named it something dark when the main character is supposed to be, the one that everyone can relate to and enjoy. So I'm really interested to see how they market that. But in terms of Hellsscythe itself, it seems like it's a really interesting Beyblade by the way that's designed, and its performance too is also really interesting to me. I think the design will probably look a little bit better with stickers on. I think that's just me though for the stickers thing. But that's just how I see it. I feel like if it had stickers, then maybe Hellsscythe would have looked a little bit better. We're on to Wizardarrow. Wizardarrow is a stamina type. Wizardarrow seems like sadly enough, Wizardarrow just became the punching bag in like all the videos I've seen. I mean, it does have its good points, like how Sir Scooty86 said that it looks like Beat Links, which I agree it does look like Beat Links. It's a stamina type, and the way that the whole system kind of works for Beyblade X so far, it seems like it favors attack types mainly. And with it favoring attack types, I think stamina and defense may be less, I think stamina and defense will be less favorable. But I've seen some videos where stamina and defense just kind of, they just hold on and somehow be able to pull off a win in the end. So you never really know. it's more like the strategy with it, basically. I really like his design. The design kind of reminds me of not just Beat Links, but also like Deep Chaos, or like some other Beyblade that's a stamina type that has more like a design that's more oval. And it's really interesting to see, because whenever you think of stamina, you normally think of like a circular Beyblade that's round and not a Beyblade that's like an oval shape. So that's really interesting on my end. And I also like how the center design just has like it looks like a wizard with just kind of saying shh to you, which is really it's really interesting. Now for Knightshield. Knightshield is a Beyblade that's a defense type. Yeah, defense type. I mean, I don't think many people will like this Beyblade, not just because of the green, but also because of just it doesn't seem to be liked at all. I think if I look at my community post, I'll look at my community post, because I actually did do a community post, so I can see like which one was favored. I'll do that after this. Knightshield seems like one of those Beyblades that has a lot of potential. And I say that because, not just because it's round design, but also because you could probably mix up the parts and probably give it like a smaller height, and probably put it on like Hellsscythe's bit. Then it'll basically be more it won't be more defensive, but it'll be more aggressive, and it'll also have the stamina. So whenever you kind of use that Beyblade, I feel like it'll be more. I feel like then that Beyblade will be more favorable. But that's just my thoughts. I feel like it's just one of those Beyblades that'll be underrated, and many people will probably dismiss like defense and stamina types, and then eventually they'll realize, okay, well, these Beyblades that are coming out that are defense and stamina have value. It might be something that people have to kind of warm up to over time. And I'm also looking at the Start Dash set, which the Start Dash set looks amazing. I think the price for I think the price online for it is crazy, but in Japan the price is pretty reasonable. It comes with Dransword, and then it comes with a string launcher and a launcher grip, and then you also have the stadium. I feel like the stadium is actually really interesting, because it doesn't just favor attack types. It's also a stadium that seems like it really helps you get introduced to the concept of Beyblade X, where it's not just more high-speed battles, but it's also more of like a strategy type of thing, because from what I was saying, it's like the way you launch actually does matter in the arena, and you can't just go in stock combo and then just hope to win all the time, because it just doesn't work like that. I'm pretty sure even with different combos, you still probably can't win the way you think you'd be able to win. So yeah, it's really interesting to see. Overall, I feel like Dransword and the Star Dash set, that's a good combination, and I don't know, I feel like they really should have just released the string launcher separately. We might have to wait like a few months before we get like a string launcher release, like by itself, but it really shouldn't be locked in a set like that. It should be it should have like a separate option for people that have less money to actually be able to afford a string launcher. Then the Beybattle Pass, I don't really know what to say about the Beybattle Pass, because I don't think I'll be getting that. But the Beybattle Pass seems interesting. It's more of like it's like a Beylogger from Beyblade Burst, but upgraded. And the way that's upgraded is that it's kind of like the Hasbro app from Beyblade Burst, where you could play around with the Beyblades, and then you'll have like a virtual battle and then points and stuff like that, but it's way more upgraded. So it's kind of like taking Hasbro's ideas and then putting them with Takara Tomy's ideas, and then just making something new, which is amazing. It's kind of like the whole Beyblade X gimmick, where Extreme Dash is basically it's basically like Slingshot or Hypersphere, and then just kind of mixed up with Takara Tomy's ideas, which is amazing to me. It just makes it really just shows you that that Takara Tomy was able to innovate off of Hasbro's ideas, or just kind of take some inspiration from Hasbro's ideas and make them something better, which is something that everyone seems to enjoy so far. Well, a lot of people at least. Okay, so as of the recording of this video, it has been 6 days since I uploaded the community tab post, which says what Beyblade from Beyblade X looks the best. And you have responded with 66% Dransword, 26% Hellsscythe, 2% Knightshield, and 6% Wizardarrow, which is really interesting because Dransword is actually the Beyblade that's advertised the most. So whenever you see a Beyblade X commercial or just almost any product that's Beyblade X, you always see Dransword. You don't see Hellsscythe. It's really weird. It's really weird to me because for Hellsscythe is actually the main character's Beyblade from what we could tell. So it's like, it really just makes you think what's going on, because Dransword is everywhere and the Hellsscythe is barely getting any screen time or like appreciation. So I'm really interested to see what Takara Tomy does with that. But either way, Hellsscythe is 26. It's in second place. My community, which is 125 people at the moment. Then for Wizardarrow has a 6%. Unfortunately, I think Wizardarrow really should be more popular, but of course everyone really likes the. I think for this new generation, they really kind of leaned in towards Dransword and Hellsscythe being the more popular ones. So Knightshield and Wizardarrow really got the short end of the stick. But I think attack types and balance types have always been more popular than stamina and defense. I don't really see many people favoring stamina and defense types too much, or I don't really see many people really want a defensive stamina type too much. That's just how I see it, but yeah, it's really interesting to see. Okay, so one other thing I want to mention about the Beyblades is that they actually did release I almost said Dransword. They released Dranzer S as a remake, as a Beyblade X remake. Yeah, we're confirmed to have remakes of Beyblades from previous generations already, which is a shock to me, but I'm honestly not against it. I feel like it's probably a good idea to start off the remakes early, because with Burst we didn't really get around to we unfortunately didn't get a chance to get our Metal Fight 4D remakes. We didn't get a chance to get some more remakes like Dragon G, Dragon GT. They probably wouldn't have been able to do like MSUV, but yeah, we didn't get the last season or two for like Metal Fight, and then we didn't get a chance to get our last season for Plastic Gen in terms of the Beyblades themselves. So yeah, in terms of the Burst remakes, they kind of started late, and then they also kind of ended off pretty late too. So I appreciate the new direction where they're trying to just kind of start off the remakes early. It'll hopefully help the longevity too. Like when these Beyblades kind of evolve, like when the Beyblade X Beyblades kind of evolve, the remakes can also evolve with it. So that's actually a really smart move. But in terms of Dranzer, the packaging, yeah, it looks like a mix between the original packaging and Beyblade X current packaging, which is amazing, because if you look at the I'm not sure if there's anywhere I could find it, but if I could find a picture of Dranzer X's packaging from Beyblade Burst, it just looked really plain. It didn't look like it was special or anything like that. I feel like this will actually draw a lot more attention, by the way that's laid out and everything. And I really like the design of it. It looks like Dranzer S, but one thing that's really different about it is that not just the whole top part being metal and the whole design change into Beyblade X format, but also the fact that Dranzer S basically has like a giant weight disc. I don't think anyone really knows this, but it's like Dranzer S just has a giant weight disc. So whenever you look at the Beyblade, it just looks like it has the biggest weight disc imaginable. Apparently the Beyblades are pretty small, but I don't know, to me that just seems funny. I know there's more to it, like, I know that I still have to get to, like, the Beyblade the sport thing and then the anime. But this video is already about 20 minutes long. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I might go over some special Beyblades, and I might say Beyblades a sport and stuff like that in other videos, but as of right now, that's about it for this video. If you want to pre-order Beyblade X, you could go to Mall of Toys. There's a link in the description, and if you go to that link and click it, or tap it, either one, then you'll go to Mall of Toys. Mall of Toys is a place where you can buy Beyblade X and a whole bunch of other stuff too. So you can buy Takara Tomy Beyblades, Hasbro Beyblades, and even more toys that you may like. And you can also use my discount code, which is the Legendary R, for 5% off your first order. That's about it for my thoughts on Beyblade X. Well, at least for at least actual Beyblades themselves. I still have more things to get to, and I know I do, but as of right now, that is about it. So, like if you want, share if you want, and subscribe to become a legend in the making. See you next time, bye, and we are proven to be legendary. Stay legendary.